Okay, let's get this show on the road. So, welcome to my Tarot Ramble number 9, where we have a daily little chat about the card I draw and all kinds of crazy, interesting, weird and awesome stuff. So, we're using the Poet's Tarot by Two Sylvia's Press and the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle by P.C. Cast and Colette Baron Reed. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with these decks, but we're giving them another day. The Poet Tarot, as I mentioned yesterday, is problematic for me. Okay, so it's number 9. We're going to... It's very windy outside. Give them a good old shuffle. And that'll do for the cut. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da, 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 da. Oof, it's not a quill. The 7 of Swords, the 7 of Mentals. So mentals are swords. What do we think about the 7 of Swords? I'll just put these to one side. So the 7 of Mentors, or the 7 of Swords, I have got to sort out this setup. It's driving me crazy. So traditionally the 7 of Swords is about deceit, isn't it? And like the guy, the thief in the night, the guy who's hugging all the swords he can carry. But they're not in scabbards, they're not protected, so he could be like cutting himself with those swords. So I think it's about a bit about self-harm by self-deception, maybe. Like if you're deceiving yourself, you can be harming yourself. Especially something I do quite a lot is I stick my head in the sand, and because I don't want to face something. And intellectually, it's usually, you know, you've got to have a strategy. You know there's no getting around it, but you just ignore it. And there goes the self-harm. I also kind of see the 7 of Swords as thinking outside the box, because the way he's grabbing them and looking and leaving a couple, he doesn't seem like a really bad person. Kind of reminds me of like the Robin Hood kind of character, you know. He's a thief, but he's a nice little thief, you know. But this card is a bit different. So we've got a spider hanging from a branch, which doesn't seem to be connected to anything, and a skeleton person wearing a dress that could be woven by a spider. And the 7 keys, 7 swords are keys, and keys to knowledge possibly. But we've got this person turning their back to it, so that could be denial. And they're also, well, they're a skull, they're a skeleton, not a real person. So what is that? Self-denial, denying I exist, maybe, denying you exist. Death of the self. And the spider, yeah, the spiders are kind of stealthy and they kind of do things in the night. I'm quite interested in the spider, what it's doing here. When it's weaving a web, I guess a web of deception. Ah, yes, webs of deceit. What's that? What a tangled web we weave when first we seek to deceive, or something. So that's where I think the spider's coming in. But I like the colouring, I like the card, and I quite like that imagery because I have managed to make some sense of it, even though, as I said, I don't know this deck. So I'm going to put it down and let's see what the book says. So, old card, you can see it. Consider how much authority you give to others who are in a position to evaluate your creative work. You may have a group of writing friends, peers who regularly critique your poetry, but think about how you might react to the feedback of a famed poet you hold in high regard. Would you be more apt to make his or her suggested changes to your poems? If you've been in an MFA program and have been mentored by a well-known writer, think about whether you felt pressure to revise your work, even if your own voice and style were possibly compromised. It's important to consider all relevant feedback so that you can grow as a writer-artist, but it is vital that in that process, turn a page, you maintain the qualities which stamp your work with a unique brand. Take advantage of and be grateful for expert opinions, but keep them in perspective. Key phrases, maintaining my own voice, avoiding the cult of the writer-artist guru, and knowing when to accept, reject feedback. I've actually been in that position when I was doing a writing diploma, and the lecturer tried to twist my work to fit what they wanted, and I refused to do it. They thought I was wrong, but when we did an in-thing review, like a live thing, and I did get a lot of praise, and I'm glad I stuck to my guns. I had doubts. So that's a really interesting take on the Seven of Swords. I'm liking this book, because if you remember yesterday, the take on the Death card was really unique too. So that's great. I'll put that one there. Now, for this Grody Oracle deck. I'm terrible. I'm so precariously balanced here. I've got my phone standing on a stool on the wonky tripod right next to me, and one of my lights is just, the battery's just gone, you can see now. Trying to not knock the tripod over. Oh dear, so what are we going to get today? So we're going to count to 7. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I've got them upside down. We won't read it as a reversal because I had the whole deck upside down. Risk. Well, I guess we take tiny little risks every single minute of the day pretty much, but I'm not really one for taking big risks anymore. I used to be, and then I kind of lost faith in my own judgment, and I've done some crazy things, and yeah, so I would not bungee jump. No. What other kind of... I would risk... I always... When I cook, I take risks all the time because I can't follow a recipe. I just can't do it. I try and try. And I can be inspired, but I cannot follow it. I can never, ever follow it exactly. I can't do that with anything. I have to do it my way. So I guess that's a form of risk. Going out on your own and doing it your way, rather than listening to those who know better or think they do. Which kind of goes back a bit to that Seven of Swords. Looks kind of a lot like the Fool, but she hasn't got the dog. I don't like the language in this book. My child, you've come to a place where you are being asked to take a risk and try something new and different. Well, I am. I'm doing YouTube in my own weird way. Rather than worry about how things will turn out, why not take the leap of faith? No matter what happens, something important will be experienced. This is true. This is a sign that you can prove something to yourself, and when you accomplish it, you'll be proud that you did. This is true. Another meaning here is to ask yourself about your next action. Is it worth the risk you are taking? If the answer is no, don't do it. If yes, I'll give you the wings to fly and catch you if you fall. That's very kind of you. This symbol also brings a gentle warning. Your risk shouldn't be motivated by boredom. This is a symbol of consequences as well as courage. Well, that is very true, and actually a very good write-up. Yeah. I like that. And I am doing this challenge to prove something to myself, to prove that I can fucking do it. So I was going to show you a bit more of that Stolen Child Tarot, but my battery's about to expire, so I'm going to have to end this video. And, yeah, say goodnight. Oh, and I bought my little... I don't know if you can see them. I bought my little guys today to protect me from the hooded claw, you know, the hooded quill. Tim the Enchanter and the evil bunny. So onwards and upwards, my technology can only improve. Love ya. Bye.